Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? It's Gary with another Fan TV. Back at you another video. At the content of the video, go smash that like button at the content of this channel. Go ahead, subscribe, man. Look, so some big news just dropped for the Baltimore Ravens, right? The Ravens dropped this news themselves before any of the insiders, your Adam Schefters, your Tom Pelisseros, and Rappaports, right? The Ravens dropped this news themselves, okay? The Ravens have officially signed Jaire Alexander to a one-year contract, okay? They dropped the picture. It was him, Lamar Jackson, EDC, hugging it up. Jaire signing the wall. It's official. He's a Baltimore Raven, right? This is a great move, right? You know, off the rip, right? Yesterday, Lamar Jackson mentioned that, you know, he told EDC to go get him, and EDC got him, right? It's a beautiful thing, okay? Now, Adam Schefter did put out the report of the compensation that Jaire Alexander is going to receive, right? 1 year, $6 million, which is significantly less than what he was being offered on the open market. Okay, so not only did he come to Baltimore, he come to Baltimore at a pay cut, right? So this is a guy that it shows that, you know, the pull of Lamar Jackson, them being former teammates, great fans, all of that. Eric DeCosta listening to his quarterback, also Eric DeCosta evaluating the roster and going out getting somebody that was a really significant piece, a piece that this team was missing, right? And Jaire Alexander, okay. And then also for Jaire, he's looking at the Ravens saying, okay, listen, I could be with my guy Lamar again, but also this team is a championship contender. I want to play on a Super Bowl contender, right? And that's been the Ravens for the last, 5 years or so, right? So beautiful move all around. Absolutely love it. Okay. Man, it's a lot to say. Okay, it's a lot to say. But let's talk about Jaire Alexander, the player. He's a really good player, but he has injury issues, right? He's had injury problems, okay? That's why, the Packers have, been forced to kind of move on from him. Also some things with attitude that I don't really care about. All that is fine. But mainly it's the injury concerns, right? All right, that's been the main thing that's kind of holding back the last couple seasons. So if I'm talking about, if there's one concern, is that. But if we're talking about playing on the field, Jaire Alexander, since he's been in the NFL, since he really established himself, he's been a top 10 cornerback. He's been one of the best guys at his position since he's really established himself in this league, right? So not only do you get a top tier corner, you get somebody that Nate Wiggins can definitely learn from, right? Because they have a lot of similarities, right? Where they're guys that gonna get in your face, talk trash to you while they're locking you up, all right? But also the Ravens, this was the biggest hole on the Ravens defense to me, right? Now listen, we can mention third safety, right? But at the end of the day, third safety is, it is a backup position, right? Being completely honest, okay? But this third cornerback, the nickel cornerback, right, is what NFL plays all the time, right? Not saying Jaire Alexander, he's not the nickel. That's gonna be Marlon Humphrey. The important spot is that cornerback 2 spot, that other outside corner spot. That's where Jaire Alexander is going to be playing his snaps at, right? Now, guys that were auditioning for that spot, Awuzie, okay, TJ Tampa, guys like that, all right? Awuzie's been hurt already. He also comes with injury concerns, right? So he's already been hurt, all right? So it's minor for him. We'll see what happens. And TJ Tampa, who's a second-year player who didn't play much in year one, is still looking to find his foot in the NFL. Honestly, he's been looking good during OTAs and mandatory minicamp, right? He picked off Cooper Rush yesterday, mandatory minicamp day one. He caught an interception. Might have been a Cooper Rush or Devin Leary during OTAs, right? So he's been making some plays. He's been making some strides. And if the Ravens didn't have Jaire Alexander, that'd be the guy that I would be most pushing for to be that second outside corner, right? Is TJ Tampa, right? But with Jaire Alexander here, right, that pretty much firms up the Ravens secondary. And that's why it's kind of a 2-for-1 too as well, because I'm not really too much concerned about now the third safety. I've talked about this before, right? Now what the third safety position is, to me, you could put a guy like, so say you want to switch it up, you want to have Kyle Hamilton drop into the slot, you can have Marlon play safety for a little bit. Not saying Marlon's going to be a full-time safety, nothing like that. But Marlon has the capabilities, the smarts, the interest to do that, right? So now you have Jaire Alexander out there. You're not really worried about that outside corner right now. Everything has to go right as far as health and all of that. Obviously, right? Anybody can get hurt anytime. But it gives the Ravens an unlimited amount of flexibility, right? Now, like I said, they don't have to really sign a third safety, right? They can roll with Sanusi Kane, Bo Braid. You can mix in different guys and try them out there. And honestly, I think it'll be fine, right? And obviously, I don't know. Maybe with Jaire signing, if it's so cheap that maybe the Ravens can get another cheap safety. But to me, I'm not really too worried about that at this point. I'm really not, all right? Jaire Alexander gives the Ravens a real a solidified secondary now, right? Nate Wiggins on one side, Jaire on the other side, Marlon Humphrey in the slot, Malachi starting at safety, Kyle Hamilton, who's one of the best players in the league at the other safety position. Like, this is a all-star safety unit, all-star cornerback unit, all-star defensive back unit right here, right? Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words, man. This was really out the blue, right? I thought the Ravens had an opportunity, but when I started seeing some of the numbers out there, right? I remember yesterday I saw a report, maybe 2 days ago, that there was a team that was going to offer Jaire Alexander like $16 million. Like, that was like his projected market. I was like, okay, $16 million, the Ravens not doing that, right? So I had kind of crossed it out of my mind because I made videos in the past, past couple months that Jaire will probably be one of my number one or really top two guys to get in free agency. Okay, we're talking about this second wave of free agency. Jaire Alexander was very, very high on my list. Okay, because it was rumors that all offseason that the Packers were going to cut him, and they eventually did cut him. So to see it happen and the way it happened, kind of just out the blue, that was beautiful. That was shocking. But I'm glad the Ravens made that move. Okay, so so don't. I'm usually way more calm and reserved than this. But yeah, this move was really, really got me tripping a little bit. So for the Ravens defense, this is a unit that obviously struggled a lot last year in pass coverage. It got a lot better once they solidified the safety position. Darius Washington, unfortunately towards Achilles and things like that. But now when I look at this defense, when I look at this team, the only thing that you could say is that is the pass rush going to be the unit that maybe doesn't propel them to the very, very top, right? If the pass rush unit can take another step, that's great. I know people are going to mention sacks and things like that. I know that, right? The Ravens got a lot of sacks last year, right? But what I mean is, can the Ravens get to a point where they rush with 4 and they're dominant, right? We're not talking about stunts. We're not talking about, well, you can do stunts, but we're not talking about different kind of blitzes and things like that. Can you line 4 guys up front? Can you rush those guys and can they get home, right? Can the Ravens get to that point? The Ravens can get to that point. Now you have this secondary, right? Like we already went through. We already went through the guys that's back there. Now you have Roquan Smith, who has looked a lot slimmer this year, honestly, right? He looked a lot slimmer this year. Trenton Simpson is said to look good in OTAs, right? He already picked off Lamar Jackson yesterday, all right? And day one of OTA, they wanted mandatory minicamp. He picked off Lamar Jackson, all right? So we want to hear these kind of reports about Trenton Simpson, right, playing well. So if you're telling me that I'm going to have faith in my linebackers, I'm going to have great coverage on the outside, I'm going to have smart safety play, can this pass rush get home with 4? The Ravens are looking at an elite defense, all right? Mike Green, Odafe Owe, Kyle Van Noy, Tavius Robinson, can Ojabo step in and provide something? Matt Abike on the inside, Travis Jones on the inside. The Ravens have a lot of talented guys, right? So if that unit can take another step to where it's like, yo, it doesn't matter what this offensive line does, they cannot block these guys up front. Then that's what we're talking about right here, okay? Hold on now. They trying to close me out. Yeah, sorry, phone cut off, but wrap it up real quick anyway, right? Jaire Alexander to the Ravens is an awesome move. It's a move that was much needed. It's a move that's going to help this team tremendously. And I'm just glad to see it, right? So signing out, obviously give me your thoughts in the comments. We'll go from there, man. But it's Gary Rogers with Fan TV. I'm out.